And welcome back to Brisbane for the PPA Australia Women's Singles Gold Medal match between Pei Kao and Summer Delabonna. Brendan Lee's joining me here in the commentary box, and what an afternoon. Yes, it is afternoon.
It is afternoon. Thank you very much for having me here this afternoon, Gordon. Obviously, we're in for a real treat here with this women's singles gold medal match.
Yeah, and it actually looks like the rain is clearing. So let's fingers crossed that rain stays away. And there is almost a hint of sunshine coming through now.
On a true Melbourne day in Brisbane, Gordon. Raining 1 minute, nearly sunny the next. So adverse conditions that obviously make things challenging out here, not just for the people coordinating the tournament, but for those out on the court as well. So we'll see who can adapt to these conditions a little bit better.
A typical May day. It's an autumn day here in Brisbane, and it's the 17th, so it's Norway's National Day. So if you're watching from Norway, you're about to witness a fantastic pickleball match from down under in an absolute cracker. So Summer Delabonna has fought a little bit harder to get through to this medal match compared to Pei Kao. Pei has been in absolutely sensational form, Brendan.
We actually had the honour of covering her semi-final match, and she was in fine form in that match. 11-0, 11-2 over Amelia Schmidt is no easy feat by any means, and the most she has dropped in the tournament to date is 4 points in a single game. So it shows you where her level is at right now.
That is next level. So, but also at a high level is Summer Delabonna. Summer, well, the record speaks for herself. She's a multi-gold medalist at PPA Australia events already, and a wealth of experience in pickleball. So this is all set to be a fantastic match. You can maybe hear the breeze on the microphone, so it is still a little bit breezy here in Brisbane. So the conditions may take a little bit of getting used to, but nothing that these gals can't handle.
Nothing they won't be able to handle, as you said, and they'll definitely adjust to this. And this isn't the first time that these two have faced off. You know, looking back to earlier in the year in the first event in Sydney, I think they faced each other in the quarter-final, would you believe, at that tournament. Very early for two quality players to be meeting. Summer came through in 3 games, I believe, and then went on to win the gold medal over there. And I think New Zealand, I believe Pei may have won the women's singles in New Zealand from memory.
She was so close to getting the Triple Crown.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so she won the singles and the women's with and then got the silver in the mixed doubles with Vish.
Vish, yes, Gold Coast Vish Masan. So, look, we're in for a real treat. This is the third PPA event of this season here in Australia, and great to see these two facing off against each other. You would probably say reasonably different styles as well with these two players. You have Summer Delabonna, who is known for her incredible ground strokes and in particular that double-handed backhand. How many points has that double-handed backhand won her in the last 12 months?
And just watching her in the semi-final against Rose, you could see it in action there. She was in absolutely frightening form in that semi-final. She got up in 3 games, and after losing the first game, she came back and won the next 2 quite convincingly.
Stormed back. And to those viewing, you can see Summer Delabonna and her duper there on the screen. Look, that duper definitely isn't reflective of where she actually sits, and I think that's going to climb very quickly over the next few months.
That's almost an insult.
Without a doubt.
Don't let Summer see that.
No, that might fuel the fire. That might just, she might have something more to prove, Gordon, out here.
Absolutely. And it's sort of nice how, the gals taking a few seconds just to chill there with the referee.
I think they're waiting on for us, the right-hand side baseline, the baseline that's closest to the fence, where you can see the black shade cloth paneling along there. There's just a little bit of moisture that you can see that hasn't quite been absorbed yet. So I think they're just waiting for that to dry.
Yeah, so on that, we may just take a quick break here and take a message from our sponsors, and we'll be right back live at the PPA Australia for the women's gold medal match between Summer Delabona and Pei Cow.
And welcome back to PPA Brisbane. There's still a little bit of a delay happening out here with this women's singles gold medal match, but please do not go away because we'll be underway definitely within the next 5 minutes.
As you mentioned before, you can see that moisture at the far end of the court there, Brendan. It was a great pickup because maybe I need to get some glasses because,
Look, I think your eyesight can be forgiven. It does blend in quite well, but you can see referee Adrian Gray just confirming that is the delay that we are waiting to resolve out here.
And as you mentioned, the moisture at the far end, I did just notice a few extra spots of rain. So
not what we want to hear.
No, let's just hope it stays away. So it's a little bit, there are a few scattered showers on the radar, but hopefully they'll go around the facility here at Redcliffe here in Brisbane.
And the reason why that hasn't dried, for those at home wondering that perhaps have a view and you can't quite see it on the camera, but there is the shade shelter that's sitting above the steps there that's actually covering that end of the court. So that's the reason why that hasn't quite dried as well as the rest of the court.
Yeah, so referee Adrian Gray just intimating that we're about 5 minutes away from play here, so we shouldn't be too far away. So referee Adrian Gray just having a chat to Pei Cow, and it's a real sign of the camaraderie that goes on here in Australia. All the players are from a very friendly community, and the referees are an integral part of that. So with that, because we're still about 4 minutes away from starting here, we might just take another quick break and be back hopefully live with the women's gold medal match between Pei Cow and Summer Delabona. We'll be back soon after these messages. And we're back. We're back here live in Brisbane, the PPA Australia Tour event with the women's gold medal match only moments away.
So don't go grab a coffee, don't go out to lunch, stay right here with us.
Yeah, definitely don't go out for lunch, because if you do, you're going to miss an absolute cracking match. You might just have time to make a very quick drink.
Okay, we'll let them do that, Gordon.
Yeah. And because as we mentioned before, we have had some rain delays here today, unfortunately here in Brisbane, and there is one end of the court that is taking a little bit longer to dry than the rest of the court, only because it's slightly more shaded. So referee Adrian Gray just
giving the nod.
Hopefully giving his stamp of approval there.
And what we do like when courts are wet, Gordon, is when you do have a nice strong breeze. And we do have that because that is a blow dryer, and that is going to dry those courts a lot quicker than if it was nice and still.
That's it. And it looks like we shouldn't be too far away now with both ladies coming out onto court for their warm-up. And as we mentioned, it's Pei Cow on our left and Summer Delabonna on our right, and an absolute cracker, what will be an absolute cracker of a match. So as you're looking, Summer Delabonna is at the far end of the court, and Pei Cow just warming up in her black sloppy joe on the closest side to camera.
And these players, as we said before, Gordon, they're very familiar with each other. They've played in a variety of formats, singles, doubles, mixed doubles against each other on the PPA tour this year. So there's going to be not a great deal of surprises of them understanding what the other player likes to do, but we have mentioned these adverse conditions may require the players to really adjust and adapt their games to suit the conditions here today in Brisbane.
Absolutely, and if, as we mentioned before, these two players are here because they are adept at adapting. So they've played so well under challenging conditions today and against stiff competition.
Such good depth in today's draw, wasn't there? From the first match, 24 women taking to the court today in the PPA main draw match here. You had to be switched on from the first game of the tournament. It's great to see how far pickleball has come along in Australia. Absolutely,
in such a short time. We were only talking about that journey for Amelia Schmidt in the semi-finals. She really burst onto the scene this time last year. She unfortunately lost to Pei Cow in the semi-finals, but she's now in the back draw for an opportunity for a bronze.
Hoping to fight for a bronze medal, I'm sure.
Yeah. Along with 4 other contenders, tough contenders. So...
All right, our referee is Adrian Gray from Brisbane here as well, overseeing this match.
Yeah, he used to be from the town that I'm from, Yeppoon, but he's moved down to Brisbane. He's moved down to the Big Smoke.
He has, and look, his refereeing journey started last year, and he's really come a long way. So it's great to see him overseeing such a big match.
And the father of a star player himself.
Without a doubt, Ollie Gray, who was also competing in the PPA main draw men's singles today. All right, Gordon, it looks like we're seconds
getting
away.
Set. It looks like Pei Cow will be serving first. Closest to camera. Here we go. We're underway in the women's gold medal match here in the PPA Tour event here in Brisbane. And an error.
And an early error.
That is something we did not see in the semi-finals.
We did not see one.
And that could be 2 in a row.
2 forehand errors here. We saw her come out so hot in that women's singles semi-final against Amelia Schmidt. Oh, and she finds that one though. So a nice forehand winner up the line there from Pei.
So Pei Cow to bring it in. This women's gold medal match will be the best of 3 games. First to 11, win by 2.
Very early here, but we've seen a very different start from Pei. In that semi-final, she was free-flowing. The wind is definitely stronger than what it was, Gordon, in that semi-final match.
It's definitely stronger and it's definitely cooler, Brendan.
She looks a little bit hesitant, but hopefully she finds her way here relatively early in this game. Great depth there from Summer.
Ooh, just not getting the reach over. So both players just feeling each other out here. It's 1-1 here in the first game.
There's that backhand of Summer Delabonna trying to work her way around the court.
Lovely ground strokes. Pei working herself to the net perfectly there. And I think that's something that Summer is going to have to do in this match. She's going to have to bring herself to the net. to really push Pei Kao.
Return goes long there, so a couple of quick points here from Pei.
Short serve. Oh, that was like a 1-2 punch, Brendan, shifting Summer Bonner from left to right, sorry, from right to left, and opening up a 4-1 lead. Oh, getting the roll. Lovely hands and a lovely put away from Pei Kao, and it's a great start here for the champion from Taiwan. 5-1.
A couple of shaky forehands to start, but she has steadied the ship now in these last 2 to 3 minutes. Oh. Nice variety there.
Yeah,
what great variety.
That is just beautiful play there from Pei Kao. The beautiful slice allowed her enough time to come to the net and then easily put away the volley. It's just beautiful pickleball.
Great serve there. What terrific depth. And such a heavy ball from Pei. And this is what we saw in the semi-final. Her opposition, she's just pinning them well back behind the baseline, not giving them many options at all.
Oh, Summer just breaking that momentum. So a chance to get some points on the board here for Summer Bonner. 1-7 here in the first game. This is the women's gold medal match of the PPA Australia event here in Brisbane. Great pick up. Oh, and a great put away. What a recovery from Pei Kao.
How is she across that net? Just so fast, picks up the ball really well, reads it really, so athletic.
Oh, Pei the Panther, we'll have to call her at that net.
Very great description there.
Wow.
And she looks like a panther in those sunglasses as well. They are impressive.
Well, just long. And I think the breeze may have had something to do with that ball going long. Just picking up.
All right, Summer has the ball back in hand now. Can she start to fight her way back in? Just misses that double-handed backhand up the line.
What I'm really loving, Brendan, is the way that Pei's taking the pace off some of the balls as well. Just mixing up that pace. Almost like that serve. Oh. And a great put away there from Summer.
And the thing about Summer, she never gets rattled. You know, she's one of the most humble athletes that we have on the PPA Tour, and regardless of the score, she's always going to put in 100% out here.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. No doubt about it whatsoever.
Nothing phases her. So this, although not the ideal start, and there's the hesitation from Pei again. Just you start to second guess yourself in the wind, without a doubt, and you know you start to decelerate a bit, and it results in some errors.
And you can't afford to decelerate at this level.
No.
The minute you take that foot off the pedal, opens the door to your opposition.
And we're at 3-7 now.
So nice comeback here from Summer. Oh, okay. Here we go. Summer's locked in now.
Yeah, look, I've been much more impressed with the service step. She's actually getting to the net first. Pei's hesitating and a timely timeout, I would say.
A smart timeout from a smart player.
Trying to snuff out any momentum there. She's well aware that Summer got the last 3 points, so well snuffed out.
Definitely, and that's where experience really comes into play. Maybe other players would let that go on for a little bit longer, whereas Pei Kao is onto it, noticed it, and reacted to it, and just called that timeout. And who knows, it could break that Summer Bonner momentum that she's created.
It's obviously quite a high percentage. I'm not sure what exactly the number is, but the player that calls a timeout generally comes back in and takes that next point. But it's around 70% of the time, or a pretty high statistic. But Summer will be hoping that is not the case, but she's definitely looking more comfortable. She's moving Pei around the court a lot more now than we saw in the first 5 minutes of the match. So,
with time in, Summer Bonner to bring it back in. Lovely chip and charge there from Pei Kao.
Maybe the timeout call is more than higher than 70%, Jordan, because there we go, it worked.
Oh, just wide.
Great serve there.
So an 8-4 lead here. Ooh, and I don't know if you can hear but that breeze really ripped through just as Pei was serving.
That was a strong gust without a doubt. And fortunately for Summer, the ball was long off that serve.
Lovely deep serve from Summer. Oh, but the next shot pushed into the net. So that wind is causing havoc. There's no doubt about it. And like you said, Brendan, I think the players are sort of second-guessing themselves as to what shot to play.
And you can see that in that approach there with Pei, like she had to take a lot off that. She had to put a lot more topspin on that approach as she was coming in. Earlier on in the day, she was ripping that ball, but in these conditions, you just start second-guessing yourself, and you've got to play a little bit smarter. You can see Summer's shot there against the wind. They've just haven't got a great deal on them. Like, she's hitting that as hard as she can, and look where that ball's landing.
Oh. And Pei Kao now just a point away from taking this first game here in the women's gold medal match. Lovely forehand down the line from Summer Delabonna.
Great flat return there into that backhand corner.
So chance here at 4-10. Oh, what a thunderous cross court.
No hesitation with that one, Gordon.
Just a beautiful shot from Pei Kao. 10-4, game point.
Oh,
and just long.
Unlucky bounce there, I would say, off that serve.
There's the first game of the match going to Pei Kao. So one set in the locker for Pei Kao here in the gold medal match of the PPA Australia event here in Brisbane. We'll take a quick commercial break and be back with game 2 very soon. We're back. Summer just coming back out onto court. She's got it all to do now.
She's definitely up what we have seen as the better end, though, with the wind. There's that extra weighted shot, and I think that's going to really assist Summer here in game 2. So we'll see what Pei can do against them. She's got a nice heavy ball, Pei does. Probably one of the heavier balls on the women's tour. So we'll see what she can generate from that end.
And not getting the net roll there. It had a little look. We're right on the net, and the ball just not falling Summer's way. So it's 0-0 here in the second game of the women's gold medal match. Oh, brilliant play.
Nice and high there on the volley of Pei, though. Summer really put that up in probably the wheelhouse. She's probably going to need to get that a little bit lower just to try to get Pei hitting up those volleys. And there we see Summer now working with the wind. We saw the weight of the shot there, Gordon.
Yeah, absolutely, just whips through. Oh, and you saw it on the serve there. Yeah. It's whipping through a little bit quicker.
She'll have to adjust here a little bit. She's been hitting against the wind for the first 15 minutes, and now it's about recalibrating.
Lovely return down the middle. Oh, and just clipping that net.
Some frustration there. She knows she's got it to work with.
2-0. Second game. Lovely serve from Pei. Right in the corner, creating angles. Oh, but just long.
She has missed that one.
Oof. She set that point up perfectly. Summer brings it in. Oh, lovely.
But it all set up by that lovely roll cross court.
Oh, and just beautifully flighted into the kitchen. And really smart play from Pei Kao.
And look, that's probably the difference in probably the players' capabilities on their shots as well. Pei has that ability to roll that drop or that approach, whereas Summer's going to drive 9 times out of 10. So Pei could actually use the wind here to her advantage, whereas Summer didn't quite battle her way through that thought process.
Here she comes to the net. This is what I like to see. And there you go. I think that's going to win Summer Delabona some points. And it certainly has on this occasion.
Oh, and there's some rain coming down again, Gordon.
Oh. We're just gonna referees just having a little look.
Just assessing the back of the courts.
There is a few little droplets. We're going to take time out here in Brisbane. The rain has played havoc again. Hopefully it won't be too long. It only looks like there's a few drops falling. So we'll be back with the score at 1-2 with Summer Delabona down in the match but serving. So we'll be back live as soon as we can here at PPA Australia, live from Brisbane with the women's gold medal match. We'll just take a break and be back soon. And we're back live, and as you can see, sadly, the court is empty here it's the final of the women's gold medal match here at PPA Australia. The rain has delayed play again, sadly, here in Brisbane, so we will take a short rain delay, unfortunately, and we'll be back soon. We'll be back as soon as we can. And welcome back, ball in hand with Summer Delabonna here. We're back, the rain has gone, and Jasmine has joined me.
I have. Oh, I love being in the booth with you. This is one of my favorite things to do. Here we
And
go.
we're back underway here. Oh, and was that just wide, Jasmine?
I think it was just wide.
Yes,
Just wide.
and a great start by Summer Delabonna here in the second game. So, to recap, after the rain delay, this is the second game of
there's
the
the win.
women's gold medal match here at PPA Australia, the Brisbane event here in Redcliffe. The sensational tennis centre and pickleball centre.
These are beautiful courts.
And beautiful players. What
Wow.
a beautiful cross-court put away from Pei Kao there.
Absolutely.
And moving to a 3-2 lead here. A critical juncture in the game.
Neck and neck here. Oh, there's
And
the
that
win.
wind really pulling that ball away from Pei there.
Yes.
2-3. Nice pick up from Cal. Delabonna coming to the net. Great
What a
net
point.
pressure from Delabonna there.
Absolutely. Really didn't give Pei many options as to where to go.
And that's a big difference in play already. So Summer Delabonna coming to the net a little bit more than she did previously.
Again.
And getting those shots back and making Pei play one more shot.
Absolutely. That is so important. So important. It's just if we can get the ball in play.
Nice play. And more
Great
pressure
spot.
from Delabonna. She's
Absolutely.
come out strong.
She's definitely making the win work for her.
And coming to the net again. Just the wind making that almost hard, so difficult to play.
Absolutely.
Now, you played in the Women's Open this morning, Jasmine.
I did.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Oh my. It did not work in my favor. I'm in the booth here, not on the court, which is great.
Just wide.
Everyone's playing amazing out here in Brisbane, and so there's no free points.
And no easy matches.
No
You had
easy
a
matches.
cracker of a match against Rose Van Reek.
I did. We went the long three-setter. It was definitely a fight.
And Pei Kao, she just clipped the line on that beautiful cross court.
Yes.
So, nice get from Pei.
Good, great spot.
Tech and
So a
Michael,
point
please.
there.
Tech and Michael.
We'll just keep a listen out from the score from the referee just to verify the score. We've got 4-7. Yep. 4-7. Pei Kao brings it back in. Lovely down the line from Delabonna.
Just wide there. Oh,
Good. Point.
Mr. Gray calling it good. Calling it good.
It was literally right under his chin, that
Yeah.
shot. So he had a better view than absolutely anybody.
Absolutely.
So Pei Kao clawing her way back here, 5-7. She's already up one game to love, and it's now 6-7.
Summer with a timeout, which I
Yeah,
think is a great
great.
timeout to take right now.
Fantastic timeout, I think, for Summer Delabonna, just to break that momentum of Pei Kao, because she's come right back into this match.
Right.
So this is the women's singles gold medal match here at PPA Australia here in Brisbane. A chilly old Brisbane, Jasmine.
I know, it was a beautiful weather earlier, and now we have a little bit of clouds, a little bit of rain, and now a little bit of chill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it's weather that's more accustomed to. Have you ever been to Melbourne, Jasmine?
I have not.
Okay, this is sort of like Melbourne weather.
Huh.
Yeah, where you get 4 seasons in one day.
Wow.
So, so no doubt, I'm sure you'll get to Melbourne at some point on your travels.
Hopefully, I don't know. Now, after you told me that, I don't know.
You could always come to Yeppoon where it's always beautiful. That's where I live.
I would love that. I'm going to prioritize that trip for sure. We would have such a great time.
Oh my word, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Especially heading out to the islands just off the coast.
Oh, please, tempt me more with a good time.
All right, we're back here.
right?
Back from the timeout. So it's 6-7 here. Pei Kao to bring it back in. That wind gusting again.
Yes.
Lovely deep shot from Delabonna.
Yes. Wicked
And
backhand.
great deep pressure there.
Absolutely. Well, that was a good run for Pei. Side out here.
And a
Let's see.
smart timeout from Delabonna.
Yes,
Certainly
absolutely.
worked. Oh, that's
unlucky.
a killer.
Yeah, it's unlucky.
6-7. Pei Kao. Pei Kao up a game.
Clip the line there. Nice deep shots. Look at
Deep
these.
shots from Summer
Absolutely.
Delabonna.
Which are so important in singles. That's what's going to allow you to come up to the kitchen and then keep
Rose
control of
and
the point
Vicky.
as well.
Rose and
Wow,
Vicky,
those are
please,
two
to the
beautiful
tournament
shots in a row.
Michael Herman,
Oh,
please. Michael
and
Court
finding the
1.
line there.
There you go. That gets Summer off 7, which is great. That's going to be good for her momentum.
So just 3 points away from a possible game here for Summer Delabonna.
Oh, just a little bit long. Wind could have been a little influential on that shot, but nothing you can't adjust from. And serve.
That's a lovely double hand backhand, but just going wide for
Just
Pei.
no.
8-6.
Great angle. Yeah.
Beautiful pressure there from Summer Delabonna. Followed that in nicely. 9-6. Oh,
Oh,
service error. And that's just how treacherous the wind is,
Yeah.
I think.
yeah.
You
Absolutely.
know, just in that short distance between your hand and the paddle, the ball, if it gets caught by the wind,
Absolutely can throw you off.
oh,
Wow, just cleared the net there. Oh, and she was going to come. Oh. I mean, you have to be careful with her backhand. It's a weapon.
it sure is. Just going for a little bit too much there, Delabonna. It's 7-9 here.
There you go.
Lovely approach shot from Pei there, and she's tightening in on Summer Delabonna here.
This is definitely going to be a crucial point.
Oh,
And there it
lovely
is.
play from Delabonna.
Perfect.
Perfect pickleball from the Sunshine Coast champion.
And I think that's a great pattern for Summer, for her to go cross with her forehand with a great angle and just to come in and just put it away with her backhand. Oh, just a little bit long from Summer there.
Yeah, but the same pattern, but just going a little long.
Yeah.
One gets the feeling if Summer Delabonna can just nose her way in front here and take this game, she could go on with this match.
Absolutely. And I think in that last point, we just saw Pei avoid her backhand and just change it up and put it to Summer's forehand. And I think that threw her off balance a little bit. Oh, no.
But Pei Kao could close out the match right here.
Two unfortunate, unforced errors.
Pei will be hoping, I think, to cut this game
It's
right
match
here.
point. That would be the smart decision.
Here she comes to the net.
Oh,
And what a
and
way to
there it
finish the
is.
match. What a sensational comeback from
Wow.
Pei in that
Right.
second game. A brilliant match in the final of the women's gold medal here.
absolutely. I mean, very, very close. But, you know, Pei is such a phenomenal, solid player. She has so many shots. She's so smooth. I mean, she's, honestly, I think she's my favorite player to watch in women's.
She's like silk, really, isn't she?
yes.
The way she moves across the court, she's just
Yes.
so seamless, and she's
Calm. too.
And she has the all-round game, Jasmine.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, her singles game is obviously, I mean, there it is, another gold for her. But also, like, when it comes to her doubles play and her mixed doubles play, it's something I really love to watch. Something I'd rather watch than play against.
Well, it reminds me a little of your game. I was watching you this morning, and you've got one of those games that just is a magical all-round game as well. But that's the end of this match. So that's the gold medal match, and Pei Kao is our champion here in Brisbane in the women's singles, the PPA Tour event here in Brisbane. So Summer Delabona will take home a silver medal.
Well-deserved silver.
Oh,
she played phenomenal.
Absolutely. And we'll be back shortly with more action here from the PPA Tour event here in Brisbane.
Thank you.
Nelson and Andy. Nelson and Andy, please, for courts 2 and 4. That's Nelson and Andy, courts 2 and 4. Taylor, Jay McLean to court 10, please. That's Mark Taylor, Jay McLean to court 10. Jeremy and Phillips, please. Jeremy and Phillips to court 9, please. Jeremy and Phillips, court 9. Open men's singles gold medal match now on court 8. Nelson and Nish, please. Court 8.
And thank you for joining us here live from Brisbane. It's the PPA Australia Tour. You're joining us for the gold medal men's match in the singles. We've got Armin Bhatia closest to camera versus Mitch Hargraves. And we're locked at 1 apiece here in the first game. The best of 3, first to 11, win by 2, in what will be an absolute cracker of a match. So it's 1 apiece. Hargraves and Bhatia have played sensationally well all day, Brendan. And yes, Brendan's right next to me. Mr. Brendan Lee, Mr. Pickleball himself, joins me in commentary.
Gordon, it's great to be here with you covering this men's singles final here at PPA Tour Brisbane.
And a feisty start by both players on what could be described as a very crazy sort of weather day here in Brisbane.
It certainly had its ups and downs today. We've had the wind, we've had the rain, we've had some sunshine.
Yes.
And it's kind of settled here. It's relatively balanced, but the wind is still evident.
And it's not a great advertisement because, you know, Brisbane's usually, it's part of Queensland. It's usually wonderful one day, perfect the next.
That's the slogan, isn't it, that they tend to talk about with Queensland. But whilst the weather is far from hot, hopefully the pickleball out here is hot, and by what we've seen from these two players today, I expect it to be.
Oh, it's been sizzling, Brendan. These boys have had some very, very tight matches. Oh, and just going wide for Hargraves there. So to get here, Mitch Hargraves had a tough 3-setter against Zach Grabovic, I should say.
That was a phenomenal match, and Mitch Hargraves was actually down 6-0 in that third game and clawed his way back to win that match. So an exceptional performance by Mitch in that semi-final.
Absolutely. And, you know, Mitch comes into this PPA Australia Tour event here in Brisbane in very good form. He won the Triple Crown in the last event in Auckland. So he is absolutely on the top of his game.
He's just such a seasoned professional, isn't he? He's really identified himself as one of the leading, if not the leading male player here in the PPA Tour in Brisbane. And to come up today against Aman, who we know has had phenomenal results here in Australia, but this is Aman's first singles performance, singles tournament in Australia. We haven't seen him before in singles.
And what a way to make your name known.
Well, he's rolled through some high-quality players here today.
One of which was in the semi-finals against Tom Evans, who won the PPA Australia Sydney event.
He did, and that was another 3-game match there. So that was a very close, rain-interrupted match, and Aman definitely came away with the goods there. So quite a number of side-outs here, obviously, to start this match. That's not uncommon that those things occur. The players are definitely trying to get used to the conditions, trying to get an understanding of which way the wind is blowing. And once they find their feet, I'm sure we'll get some more substance in some of these points.
Absolutely. Because the conditions are very tricky at the moment. You could maybe be able to hear it on the microphones.
Yeah. What a great part, or a near pass there by Aman. That stayed so low over the net.
He's like a cat at the net. He's taken a nice 4-1 lead here in the first game.
He just possesses some of the biggest ground strokes that we've seen here in Australia to date, does Aman Bhatia. And Mitch taking a time out there, I believe, Gordon.
So, and why not? So, Aman Bhatia out to a very strong start here, a very convincing start over Mitch Hargraves. 5-1 here in the men's gold medal singles match here on the PPA Tour event in Australia. Brisbane is our host today here at the Redcliffe Tennis Centre and Focus Pickleball. So,
and we've got Paul Campbell as the head official for this men's gold medal match. Paul does half his year in Queensland and half his year in Melbourne, in Victoria.
Yeah.
So he tries to follow the sunshine.
That's when he's not on holiday. I remember, I think this time last year he was in Italy. So he also plays a bit of pickleball himself.
He's a fine player himself. All right, Aman bringing in at 5-1.
Oh, and see the wind take that ball then, Brendan. So the conditions are very, very testing.
And some frustration showing there by Mitch Hargraves. Just obviously the conditions. Aman's hat.
There you go. There's probably a good indication for you there. Aman's hat just blowing right off.
That is wild to see that occurring.
So 6-1, first game.
Ooh. But see that big step forward there for Aman. He hit that nice drive. He then wasn't sure how his ball was sitting, so he kind of stayed back off the NVZ, but then that big step to get in there on the volley was just impressive. Great pick up there. Ooh, just pushes that volley wide.
He's just got such great reach, Aman Bhatia.
And maybe just opting here for a change of
headwear, perhaps.
Maybe a headband coming out.
Yeah.
Oh, this is impressive.
He's got a good set of hair, that's for sure. Flowing locks.
Something we envy, Gordon.
Yeah, well, I certainly do. Getting the roll.
Well read there by Mitch Hargraves that that ball was going to travel just a little bit long.
Right. Hargraves brings it in.
Great roll.
Lovely control there. Just took a little bit off it.
Just leant back on that as well, just to get that arc up and over the net. And Aman was nowhere to be seen there, actually. Aman actually was sitting to the left of the centre line there, thinking that Mitch was going to almost drive line, I think, because it was wide open on this side of the court.
It almost, and it's very hard to wrong foot Aman Bhatia, but Hargraves was successful in doing that, and he's clawed his way back here to 4-6, coming back from 1-6. So Mitch Hargraves, who was struggling early, is now right back in this first game. This is the gold medal match, gold medal singles men's here at the PPA Australia Tour event in Brisbane. There's quite a crowd that's gathered around this court and just going long.
And unfortunately for those at home, where you can see on the camera, though, there's not a great deal of players sitting in the grandstand. They're actually sitting at the other end of the court.
Great play by both players there.
Just good pressure there. Look, undoubtedly Mitch has one of the best forehands in the game, so I'm not surprised to see Aman peppering that backhand side there of Mitch. It's probably the slightly more vulnerable side, if we're brave enough to say that about Mitch Hargraves. So definitely would look to Aman to kind of target that side a little bit more today.
Lovely pick up from Hargraves. Getting the roll, but just going wide. So Bhatia. 6-5. First game. Lovely deep serve from Bhatia.
Well long.
Just not getting the roll over that shot.
And it's a fine line from that end of the court too, with that wind behind you.
Especially with the wind. Bhatia straight to the net, going for the touch, but just unsuccessful, and we're locked up at 6 apiece here in the first game. The men's gold medal match. Good eye.
Well left there. It's probably a bit tentative leaving some of those, obviously the wind coming against you there, but really well read there by Aman. Look, Mitch has played a great last 5 minutes here to bring that score back to 6 apiece.
And that's 2 service errors in a row for Aman Bhatia there. That's highly unusual and probably reflective of the conditions here today. Just so testing.
There's that constant pressure then again on the backhand side of Mitch Hargraves again, Gordon. Only just missed it, but that's the pressure that Aman is going to apply to that side.
Smart play.
Okay, he's got the serve in.
Lovely flighted return there from Hargraves. Great lunge from Bhatia, but just going wide. He's got a fantastic last-minute lunge, Bhatia, doesn't he? He gets to those balls.
Look, if I lunged that far, Gordon, I wouldn't be getting back up, let's be honest. But yeah, just the athleticism is phenomenal from both these players. And for the first time, Mitch Hargraves takes the lead in this game 1. Great drive there up the line.
So 8-6 now. So calm in the face of crisis here, Mitch Hargraves. He's fought back here from being 1-6 down and now leads 8-6 here in the first game of the men's gold medal match. That was a close call.
May have just gone through the line there. Mitch catching it late.
So 6-8.
Well left, good eye. All right.
So Mitch Hargraves gets the side out. 8-6. Oh, he got there. But a great drop shot from Aman Bhatia, but Hargraves just unable to control it.
Great hands by Aman. You know, it's not often that you would like to invite players forward to the kitchen, but he did it he executed that so well then. And Mitch Hargraves gets that ball back in hand very quickly.
No damage done.
No damage done.
Up 8-6. Now, Brendan, did you realise Mitch Hargraves was a body double for Ryan Gosling in the Full Guide just recently?
I was aware of that. I was aware. He's multi-talented, isn't he? Not just a gun on the pickleball court.
Well, so, Hollywood presence here right here in Brisbane at the PPA Tour event, Australia.
Have you seen the movie yet, Gordon?
No, but it's on my list.
Okay. Great drops there.
Sensational play.
Good positioning there at that last volley. Just managed to get that well in behind Aman. And Aman tried to curl it back in, but just had no luck there.
Eight, 6. Oh.
That's going to drop in. That's what he used the wind there phenomenally well. That was so well calculated by Mitch Hargraves. You could see he felt the breeze pick up, and I almost saw it click over where he's like, if I loop this up high, I think it's going to be able to drop in. And it did.
Even in these trying conditions, like Mitch Hargraves, he's clearing, it's almost like he's unaffected by the wind.
Well, you can't be, as a player out there, you can't be overwhelmed by the conditions. You have to just be accepting of the fact that the wind is going to be a factor for both players, and that you have to have that adaptability in your game to work that wind to your advantage. If you let it affect you, you might as well step off the court because the match is as good as gone.
Yeah, and we have seen that happen today in some of the previous games. Some players have handled the conditions a lot better than others, and we've seen a few upsets. What you would consider to be upsets in terms of some of the scores that we've seen today. So.
And probably from more of those one-dimensional players, but these two players, and Mitch is showing that he's far from one-dimensional.
And that one just going into the net. So Hargraves, a game point here.
From a 6-1 deficit to take 9 of the last scored points is a phenomenal effort.
Oh, and that one just going wide. And hopefully the rain's going to hold off, Brendan. There's a few threatening clouds around, but we might just get through. So 6-10.
Okay, a very quick point there for Aman. He'll appreciate that. It's been a while since he's put a point on the board.
He'll be very happy to get off that 6. Will that open the floodgates for him? Oh.
Good eye. That was tempting.
The wind, let's face it, the wind could have done anything with that. 8-10.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Wouldn't be surprised if we saw a timeout here from Mitch Hargraves.
And that was a beautiful change of pace there from Bhatia.
I think the last 3 points, Gordon, we've seen Aman put in 3 better serves than what he had been previously, and he wasn't on the back foot from that serve. I think he actually hit the serve deeper, kept Mitch in the green part of the court, whereas prior his serves were landing a bit shorter and Mitch was able to capitalise on that. But a well-timed timeout here for Mitch Hargraves, I believe. Let's see what happens on the other side of the timeout, though.
Absolutely. And, you know, and we were talking earlier about Mitch coming into this tournament with some great results, but you've got to hand it to Armin Bhatia as well. He's had some outstanding results himself, and at the US Open over in the US. So both of these boys are big-time performers.
Oh, and he's missed that one wide. Great return there by Mitch. Aman was well off the back of the court there, and for those viewing at home, you probably barely saw him in screen, I would say.
So game point here for Hargraves.
Wow, that was a brave return. That was flirting with danger there.
I think the wind blew that back in.
I think it was very well wind assisted.
So 9-10. Lovely deep serve.
And look, Aman's going to get to the net first here, and this is huge for Aman.
Yes. Whoever's getting to that net is getting the prime real estate, so to speak, and it's 10-all here. First game. Gold medal match.
Shorter serve. That's going to let Mitch get there first, and
Mitch puts the pressure on straight away. Great approach shot.
And we're going greater than 11 now, Gordon.
As we sort of expected it might.
There's a nice backhand roll.
Oh.
Great pickup.
Wow!
Athleticism by Mitch Hargraves there.
That is next level, Brendan Lee.
Take a bow, because he was not on top of that point from the first ball to until the last shot.
Just unbelievable skill there from Hargraves.
Let's get that on a highlight reel somewhere. That was phenomenal.
So game point here. Oof.
Aman gets the ball back in hand. Can he get to 11?
That previous point, I'm still can't believe my eyes.
Good deep serve. Ooh, Aman will be disappointed with that forehand. I think
you can tell by the look on his face.
He knew he maybe should have kept on moving in after that second last ball, because I think he could have really capitalised on a high volley.
So game point here.
Just wide.
Referee just confirming that it's wide. Yep. So 10-11.
Fights off another game point. Does Aman. That's 2 saved. She might be 3 saved.
It's one thing for sure. Hargraves will have to win this, because Bhatia won't give it to him.
We're now going to 13. Short serve, which is going to get in.
Oh, lovely backhand cross court.
not once has a short serve paid off. He really has to be brave in that situation and flirt with danger. I know the wind is strong behind him, but he has to keep Mitch pinned back on that serve. And if he doesn't, we saw what happens.
Just waiting on the call there.
Yeah, I think the wind just took that wide.
11-11. Arman Bhatia serving. The Indian champion.
Great return by Mitch.
What a lovely shot from Bhatia. Oh! Sensational skills from both players there.
I remember seeing moves like that. Do you remember the movie The Matrix?
Yes.
I think that's the last time I saw a move like that. Great work there by Mitch Hargraves to fend off Aman there.
11-11.
Oh, what a ball. Mitch unfortunately goes for the ATP, but it's wide. Great volley there by Aman. How was that on the full stretch to put that ball as far cross court as he did?
Crazy skills.
Better serve.
Oh, and going for the volley.
I like that. I do like that from Aman.
Yes. Even though that was an error, I think he'll take confidence that that's an opportunity moving forward. 11-11. Oh, lovely dipping cross-court forehand from Hargraves.
Beautiful third shot there. Wasn't the easiest of thirds either. Aman pinned him right back, and we have another game point.
Will this be third time lucky for Hargraves? Not on this occasion.
Pressure applied back to that backhand side there of Mitch.
And the crowd growing even more around this court. It's 11-12.
Deep serve, ball sitting up.
Oh, that sat up nicely for Aman. I think he had too much time on that shot, Brendan.
Something that ball that he's normally so strong with. His forehand in general is so good. I think those couple of errors he'll be very disappointed with, and will they prove costly here?
Fourth game point for Hargraves. And Bhatia just keeping the pressure on.
What a battle. What an absolute battle game one is here.
So Bhatia, it's like an arm wrestle. It's 11-12. Oh, how easy did Bhatia make that shot look?
That was a phenomenal backhand. Maybe he'll start to look for that backhand a little more. As we said, he has missed a couple of forehands out there. Maybe the ball's more up the middle. He should be looking for that backhand, because that was phenomenal.
And he disguised it extremely well. And like you said before, Brendan, that serve was far too short. Hargraves just
Mitch is not going to let you get away with that, is he? And he's done that every time. Every time the ball's been short, he's just capitalised.
12-12. Oh,
great
lovely
first
reach.
Volley. Okay. I feel like this is the first time Aman's actually being level with a serve. He's always been kind of playing catch up, down 12-11 and then serving.
And I feel like Bhatia has got another gear potentially to lift here.
Better serve. Ooh, sprays another one well wide there. Mitch's return definitely pushed him out of the court.
But Mitch just looks so calm and collected.
So cool, calm. Yeah.
He's the ultimate competitor, that's for sure. Mitch Hargraves. It's 12-12. Oh, lovely pick up, but just wide. Fred Astaire would be so proud of having those twinkle toes, but that shot just going just wide for Hargraves.
I feel like this first game is really on Aman's paddle. I feel like Aman's the one hitting winners. He's the one making errors as well. Whichever way he goes here, Mitch has just been very steady. And there's the winner.
And you said it.
a ball up the middle of the court, and he opted for a backhand there. 9 times out of 10, he may actually move around that and hit a forehand.
And he holds that shot so perfectly. This is game point.
First game point for Aman, I think, and he
takes
capitalises.
it. So what a turnaround there from Aman Bhatia. It only took him 1 game point to take that game. So Mitch, it'll be a game he'll rue. Because
he'll definitely be disappointed with not being up 1-0 here, without a doubt. And it's going to be see how he can now perform with the win behind him.
Yes, absolutely. And I think of the ends that, which end do you prefer in conditions like this, Brendan? It's a tough call. Generally, players like hitting with the wind. So, Mitchell, it's fair to say, Mitchell will have the wind at his back in this second game. But, like you say, it's the players that have more than one dimension to their game that really thrive in these conditions. Because when you're hitting into the wind, you can flight the ball a little bit more, you can take the speed off and it just hangs for that little bit longer. Perhaps use those conditions to your advantage.
It's getting very gusty. I think it's actually picking up quite a bit, and I'm sure those at home can definitely hear that in the
microphone.
The microphone, yes. Game 2.
We're back underway. No rest for the wicked. Oh, lovely play.
Little luck off the tape there for Aman, but he's going to take it at this point in time where we are in a gold medal match.
So this is game 2. So Mitch Hargraves up 1 game to love, but down love 1.
And Aman up this end can kind of swing a lot more freely. He's got the wind against him. I expect him to absolutely rip some of these balls, but also he's going to hit some really nice drops from this end.
Oh, like that, Brendan. Wow. This is why he's arguably the best player in India when you see him in full flight like that.
It's a very quick start, and we saw a very quick start from him in game 1.
Aman Bhatia is off to a flyer here in game 2.
He can relax. He's up 1-0. That's a real confidence boost, obviously moving into a second game. And as I said, he's hitting freely out here now.
And it's a 5-0 start and timeout. Mitch Hargraves has seen enough. This is not reminiscent. Well, it's reminiscent of the first game where Mitch was down 6-1.
Yes, Mitch obviously clawed his way back into a very commanding position there in game 1, from 6-1 down to 10-6 up to having multiple game points, and then unfortunately letting it slip to Aman. But once again, Aman's position with a big lead here in game 2. Mitch will respond, but can he stop that storm now, which is Aman, and who is just free-flowing? He looks so much more relaxed hitting against the wind.
Sure does. He looks much more comfortable. Immediately less errors coming off the paddle of Aman Bhatia, and it's purely because of the wind factor.
Such a more forceful play there for Mitch. You saw that intention off the return. He was not messing around with that. And if he is going to claw his way back, Gordon, that's what he's going to have to do.
Ooh, and there you go. That really does show you the strength of this wind. So that serve just going long from Hargraves. Bhatia up 5-0. Second game. This is the gold medal match.
What a pass there.
That
my goodness.
Is phenomenal.
That was the shortest of backswings by Aman, and I would say that was predominantly left hand used to create that type of angle. That one, not so reminiscent of the last one.
And he's just re-rehearsing that shot. Love to have that shot again.
Do you have a two-handed backhand nowadays, Gordon? You haven't added it in your repertoire yet?
No, I never had it in my repertoire.
Okay.
Yeah, I wish I did.
Well, maybe take a few tips from this one today. I think we both can, and maybe we can add that shot in.
Well, of all double-handed backhands, you've got a pretty mean double-hander, Brendan. Oh, great pressure from Bhatia.
Just doing so well at getting that dipping down to the incoming Mitch Hargraves there. It's where he's won majority of his points.
He's out to a 7-love lead here in the second game. Really taking control of this match. Oh, a ball on the court.
What a shame there, because that was a good volley from Mitch.
Oh. Mitch will be wondering,
Mitchell.
Lovely. Oh, great pick-up from Hargraves.
Left-handed there by Aman to pick that one up.
Wow.
But sitting up in the wheelhouse of Mitch, but phenomenal athleticism by there from Aman just to keep that ball alive.
Just such an athlete.
This is a big ask now, a big ask of Mitch Hargraves to come back from this deficit.
But if anyone can do it, and we saw it in the semi-final against Zach Grabovic,
yes,
he can come back from huge deficits.
And it's going to start with that serve. He has to be...
There's 1 point.
Yeah, he has to be aggressive with the serve. He almost has to intend for the serve not to come back. He's stepping back a little bit further. He's probably... Tough call there. He's actually probably close to a metre back behind the baseline now when he's serving, just to ensure that he can land that aggressive serve into the court. Whereas you can see Aman is right up on the baseline. Great.
Oh,
what
great
a
reach.
Oh,
great play from both players.
So smooth. All right, let's just see where Mitch Hargraves stands here to serve the ball. It's like he's almost... He needs that extra metre or...
He's almost right back on the divider net.
And that's a good short return. That's what Mitch wanted, that short return.
Pop.
Yeah,
Pops that away.
Mitch has worked something out here. He obviously just felt he was overplaying some of the serves by standing up on the baseline. Just feeling like if he stands a little bit further back, he can land those serves more successfully.
Well, it's working for him. He's got 2 points on the board now.
That is a phenomenal serve.
And Bhatia going for the half volley return on the last two returns, rather than giving Mitch time.
The short hop on that return was phenomenal by Aman. To have the control to put it back where he did.
Oh, wow.
Phenomenal.
Bhatia just on fire.
And you'll notice the last two returns Mitch has hit from that left side. He's opted for the slice floating return too. First time it was successful, that time not so.
Just 3 points away from a gold medal. Here, Bhatia! And that's gone down the line for a winner.
When it rains, it pours.
That was just a sensational shot. So 9-2 here. Bhatia just 2 points away from a gold medal.
For his first singles tournament here in Australia, this is impressive, and he's left it till the third PPA of the year here to obviously show us his singles pedigree.
What a way to explode onto the scene, Brendan. You know, if this pattern continues, Aman will be our gold medalist.
Considering the calibre of player that was in this draw, I mean, you had to qualify to get into this tournament today. Shows you what the depth is and how strong it is. So this would be a phenomenal performance by Aman if he can capitalise and take 2 more points, essentially.
There you go. And there's
Could
one.
be long.
That one's long, so it's 10-2 here. Gold medal point here for Aman Bhatia from India here in the PPA Australia Tour event here in Brisbane. And that's gone wide. And Aman Bhatia is our gold medalist here in Brisbane. The PPA Tour Australia has a new champion, Aman Bhatia from India. What a performance, Brendan.
A great performance by Aman, undoubtedly. Mitch was a little bit rattled there in these conditions, I think, but Aman just used the wind to his advantage. He performed well in that first game to actually get away with it. We're probably surprised we're not going 3. Mitch obviously was in a commanding position to take that first, but full credit goes to Aman for weathering that storm on the first, and as you said, a first-time titleist here on the PPA Tour.
I know, what a way to debut as in your singles in Australia. What a fantastic effort from a fantastic player. So you've just witnessed it. That was the gold medal for the PPA Australia Tour event here in Brisbane. We'll be back with more action on our channels with MLP Australia coming up shortly. So tune in for that. And until then, we'll just go to commercial and be back shortly.